Mic check. Mic check. I don't hear anything. Mic check. Mic check. All right. There we go. Got my headphones on. Sounding right. Sounding good. Sounding nice. I just stressed myself out completely trying to use OBS. I love OBS because I can do things in OBS for free that StreamYard charge for. I love it. But I did uninstall and reinstalled it, and so it is working a little bit, but I got to get used to how to do this and how to do that. But hold on one second, y'all. She coming back. I got to check something out. So I have invested a little bit in my studio. Hold on. So as you can see, I have my strip lights and I have my BeeSparrow sign in the background. And I'm actually going to put more strip lights up. Just wanted to invest a little bit in my own little studio. Like I said before, I can do in OBS for free what StreamYard charge for. So I'm working on working in OBS, but it can get frustrating sometimes. So I got up this morning and I opened OBS and one of the camera scenes wasn't working. So I had to uninstall it and reinstall it, and now it's working. But I can't remember all the scenes that I had in OBS at first. But I'm loving it. I wanted to go live using OBS, but I have to finish setting up. I have to finish setting it up. So, yeah. I just came across this article about Chris Rock. He's been in the news lately when he abruptly walked off stage the other day. I didn't know why he walked off stage, of course, until I opened the article. And it made sense. He saw children in the audience and he wasn't comfortable with doing his routine with children in the audience. They weren't supposed to be there. And he saw someone recording him in the audience. They weren't supposed to be doing that either. And so he just stopped the show and walked off. No explanation, no nothing. He was on Saturday Night Live last night. I didn't see it because I was in bed by 7 o'clock. I go to bed early around here. But they said Chris Rock stuns Saturday Night Live audience with brutal Bill Clinton dig as he savages anti-Trump liberals. Oh, Lord. Isn't he tired of being slapped? Apparently not. Let me see what this um, article say according to Daily Mail. Chris Rock made a brutal dig at Bill Clinton while also slamming liberals worried about the incoming Trump presidency during his Saturday Night Live monologue. Oh my God, these left-wing Democratic voters love fear-mongering, don't they? They love to fear-monger. In what was hailed as one of the funniest opening monologues in recent times, Rock placed comedy above politics as he took swipes at both sides of the political spectrum. He says there's a lot going on in the news. My God, it's so crazy out there. It really is, y'all. There is so much going on. Did y'all see the Remy Ma Papoose beef on the internet? This is husband and wife beefing, airing their dirty laundry out on the internet. Oh my goodness. We used to look up to them. They used to represent black love to us. But now they are all on the internet beefing. It's mostly Remy Ma because she can't take seeing her husband with another woman. But she want her husband to be happy that she's with another man. Oh my God, the internet gonna be the death of us. I keep saying it. Back to the article. Chris Rock said it had been a bad year for my people, blacks, as he referenced Kamala Harris's loss in the November election. But then, switching sides, Rock took a few swipes at President-elect Donald Trump. Trump had a good year, man, Rock said. Trump survived an assassination attempt, won the presidency again by winning the popular vote, was just named Time Man of the Year. You know, it could happen to a nicer guy. He jibed or whatever that word is. Jibed, jibed. Rock noted how he was far from shocked that Trump won, despite all his controversies. A lot of people are scared, like, oh my God, he's going to be so undignified. He goes on to say, when I say a lot of people, I'm talking about the 9 New Yorkers that didn't vote for him, okay? Oh, everybody voted for Donald Trump except for 9 people. He then quickly moved on to suggest Trump was far from being the only bad actor who had occupied the White House in American history. Come on, man. This is not the most dignified job in the world. We've had presidents show up to the inauguration with pregnant slaves, okay? And I'm just talking about Bill Clinton. Oh my gosh, that was funny. That was funny. Rock's joke suggested both Clinton and Trump are part of a broader tradition of presidents behaving in ways that compromise the dignity of the office. Dude, it's the United States, joked Rock. I mean, you know what country we live in? You know the history of this country. You know how many rapists are in my wallet right now. A cup of coffee in America costs 7 rapists. I mean, Apis Ray. Oh my goodness. So anyway, enough of that. Chris Rock. Jamie Foxx in the news. You know, he just had a big debut on Netflix, his stand-up comedy show, his first stand-up comedy show since he's been out of his coma. He had an altercation at his birthday bash, at his birthday dinner. He said the devil is a lie. I hate when people say that. The devil is not a lie. He's a liar. To say that he's a lie, meaning that he's not real. But if you say that he's a liar, you're saying that he lies a lot. He's a liar. What happened to Jamie? Let me see here. He said the devil is busy, but I'm too blessed to be stressed. The actor took to Instagram on Saturday to address the situation, saying the devil is a lie. Can't win here. Thank you, everybody that prayed and checked on me when your light is shining bright. That they try to bring you darkness, but they don't know that you're built for it. The lights have been shining bright, he says. Something is strange. Something is strange. Something is strange with Jamie. I don't know what it is, but of course, Jamie also worked in a little promo ad. And huge thank you to everyone that have watched and been inspired by what had happened. Was number one on Netflix. If you haven't checked it out, please go check it out. It's from my heart and my soul. It is a good show. Go check it out if you haven't seen it yet. I watched it twice. It's very funny, very heartwarming. He says, this article says his reaction on social media comes hours after we broke the story. Customers at another table at Mr. Child's in Beverly Hills were being rude and vulgar to Jamie. And when he asked him to stop, someone at another table allegedly threw a glass at Jamie's face. Sounds like Jamie's healing just fine, but he clearly has no sense of humor about whatever went down. What went down? Just like that? I don't I don't get it. All right, y'all. I gotta take a pause right quick. I'll be
punishment that God has for many of these people is death. As far back as October 2021, I was saying that I was seeing ministers pass away in the pulpit from heart attacks and strokes. So God will not even allow some of these people the dignity of dying quietly at home. You're going to die in front of the whole church. And I made it clear that the punishment that God has for many of these people is death. As far back as October 2021, I was saying that I was seeing ministers pass away in the pulpit from heart attacks and strokes. So God will not even allow some of these people the dignity of dying quietly at home. You're going to die in front of the whole church.
So I just read an article. All right, I'm back and I'm black. It's your girl BeeSparrow Buzzz Tweet Talk Radio. How y'all doing today? Feeling some kind of way on the inside. I don't know what's going on with my live streams. I don't know if any alerts are getting out to my subscribers, but I don't think so. But it's okay because, I am the No Audience Podcast, right? But I was thinking about TD Jakes and Celestial and the things that Celestial said that was going to happen to TD Jakes. That she said the Most High told her that this was
TD
going to happen to
Jakes.
TD Jakes. And well, yeah. And lo and behold, let's see what she say about TD Jakes. That he had a medical emergency while doing a sermon on Sunday. That would be November the 24th, 2024. And the first thing that came to my mind was Celestial. Celestial, the lady that everyone is calling a prophetess. I haven't heard her call herself a prophetess. I just heard her say that she was a mouthpiece for the Most High Yah. She speaks for the Most High Yah. He tells her things and she tell it to us to give us a heads up. A lot of people are calling her a witch, false prophetess, especially lately since she predicted that Kamala Harris would become the next president of the United States of America. And when that didn't happen, people started calling her all kinds of names and really probably making her feel real bad. But I say it can still happen. Kamala Harris can still become president of the United States. Sometimes prophecies don't happen till prophecies don't come true or, don't come into fruition until hundreds of years down the line. So we don't know. We don't know. But when the news about T.D. Jakes came to be, she's the first person that I thought about. I had to go back and listen to her old videos. And there was one video, well, I'm sure there's several, but the one I listened to, she spoke on um, something that would happen to these pastors that was not preaching the true gospel. She said that God told her that they would start falling out right on the pulpit, having heart attacks and strokes, and dying even. Let me see if I can get this to play for y'all. I really want y'all to hear this. Let me see if I can get it to play. It may not play, or it may. Let me see if I can get this to play. And I hope that you guys can hear it.
And I made it clear that the punishment that God has for many of these people is death. As far back as October 2021, I was saying that I was seeing ministers pass away in the pulpit from heart attacks and strokes. So God will not even allow some of these people the dignity of dying quietly at home. You're going to die in front of the whole church. And I made it clear that the punishment that God has for many of these people is death. As far back as October 2021, I was saying that I was seeing ministers pass away in the pulpit from heart attacks and strokes. So God will not even allow some of these people the dignity of dying quietly at home. You're going to die in front of the whole church.
And so I wanted it to play twice because it kept buffering. It kept buffering. So, according to this article on TMZ.com, Pastor T.D. Jakes appears to have medical emergency convulses on stage. The Potter's House, he was at the Potter's House in Dallas. They released a statement writing that the pastor experienced a slight health incident and received immediate medical attention. He is stable and under doctor's care. T.D. Jakes is a popular Christian pastor. He seemed to have had that medical emergency during his sermon on Sunday. The preacher and motivational speaker was speaking to his audience, both in the church and at home via streaming. And while his voice seemed quiet and he wiped sweat from his brow, nothing appeared out of the ordinary at first. Suddenly, Jakes stopped speaking, letting his hands fall to his sides, and he began to shake. Several people from backstage rushed to his aid, and the stream cuts out. This comes seconds after Jake listen to what she says.
And I made it clear that the punishment that God has for many of these people is death. As far back as October 2021, I was saying that I was seeing ministers pass away in the pulpit from heart attacks and strokes. So God will not even allow some of these people the dignity of dying quietly at home. You're going to die in front of the whole church. And I made it clear that the punishment that God has for many of these people is death. As far back as October 2021, I was saying that I was seeing ministers pass away in the pulpit from heart attacks and strokes. So God will not even allow some of these people the dignity of dying quietly at home. You're going to die in front of the whole church. And I made it clear that the punishment that God has for many of these people is death. As far back as October.
So, y'all heard what she said. She said that the Lord told her that ministers that's on the pulpit and not teaching the gospel like he told them to, we would start to see them fall out, faint, and even die over the pulpit. If I'm not mistaken, that's how Charles Darby passed away. Wasn't he? I don't know if he was preaching, but I know that they were on a church, some type of church outing. I know that Marvin Winans, he fainted across the pulpit in October of this year. And then in November of this year, T.D. Jakes fainted across the pulpit. Some people are calling this young lady a false prophetess. Some people are calling her a witch. I won't do that, because how many of y'all know that sometimes prophecy don't come into fruition until thousands of years later? Years later. So I won't be calling her that. No. Mm-mm.
For 2021, I was saying that I was seeing ministers pass
Jake tell his audience he loves them and talks about going to visit someone in the hospital who ends up encouraging the visitor, almost like he knew something was wrong. It's unclear what exactly happened to Jakes. We've reached out to his camp for more details. So far, no word back. Well, I didn't reach out. That was TMZ that reached out. I ain't reaching out to nobody. I'm trying to tell you right now. I'm sure most of the people know, most people around the world know Jakes, but this author goes on to say if you don't know Jakes, he's a senior pastor at the Potter's House, a mega church based in Dallas, Texas. He's written a number of books on religion and self-help. Now, he rose to national attention last year when rumors about an alleged relationship with P. Diddy began to surface online. Rumors he shot down fiercely during his address last year. Yeah, he was named in some of those freak offs that Diddy is being accused of having right now. We don't know. We'll see. Again, I'm not here to condemn or judge anyone. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BeeSparrow, Buzzz Tweet Talk Radio. How y'all doing today? I'm all over the place. 2 years ago that God told her, and it's happening now. I'm just saying. Let me know what y'all think. Like, comment, and subscribe. It's your girl BeeSparrow, Buzzz Tweet Talk Radio. Y'all, holla at y'all, girl. Okay. Well, okay. So there you have it, y'all. The lady that everyone is calling a false prophetess, some of the things that she's been saying is coming into fruition. So I don't know. What do y'all think? So last week I did the story on Sean Massey and how he might be released from jail. If y'all don't know who Sean Massey is, he's the one that I keep saying, I keep calling him Sean Massey. I don't know why I keep doing that. His name is SeanPGrayson. He's the one that unalived Sonia Massey. And I keep calling him Sean Massey. Even in this thumbnail right here, I had to go back and change his name because I had Sean P. Massey instead of SeanPGrayson. But anyway, he was denied. He was denied a pretrial release. He was trying to get out of prison because he's saying that he was diagnosed with cancer. As if Sonia Massey isn't dead. As if he didn't kill anyone. Hold on. Hold on. I got to take a pause. For the, did you see the picture of E.T. with that halo and wings on him? He didn't pass away, did he?
Who?
E.T.
Who is E.T., baby?
Turnage.
Oh, Earl.
Yeah.
No, I know him. He's supposed to show up on my page.
Made me forget what I was doing. But anyway. It made me forget what I was doing. Okay, so When I saw that, I talking about Sonia Massey and Sean P. Grayson. He filed for a motion to be released early because of his cancer situation. His emotion was denied. Yes, it was. Oh, yes, it was. Former deputy accused of unaliving a Springfield woman, Sonia Massey, denied pretrial release. He tried it. He tried it. He tried it. He wanted to be released because he wanted to spend time with his family because of his cancer diagnosis. Well, Sonia Massey can't spend time with her family anymore because you unalived her in her home because you was afraid that she was going to throw some hot water on you, like you couldn't bob and weave. Hmm?
Ducking dog.
Let's see what this says. Just fine. I'm doing great. Thankful to be amongst the living. All praises to the Most High Yah. And if you are within the sound of my voice, I am thankful to the Most High Yah that you are amongst the living. So, wanted to talk about this article that I came across on USA Today about if you are listening and watching, whether you be on Facebook or YouTube, make sure you hit the like button. He's going to be released soon. Please. With conditions. The state court's ruling comes out just before Grayson's scheduled court appearance on Monday, which would be today, I believe. Or maybe not. This article was published on November 27th and updated on the 28th. So maybe he has already had his court appearance. But according to this article, the former sheriff deputy who gunned down Sonia Massey in her kitchen as she called 911 about a possible prowler outside of her home will be released soon with conditions, an Illinois court ruled. The state court ruling reverses the detention order over former Sangamon County Sheriff's Deputy Sean P. Grayson, who has been in custody since he was charged in the July 6th fatal shooting of the 36-year-old black woman. I saw an article where he said he feared for his life. He hovered over little Sonia Massey. She couldn't have been no more than, $150, if that. And he, 6 feet tall, looking 300 pounds. But he feared for his life. Over some hot water he could have ducked. Anyway, the circuit court judge will set a date with attorneys to consider conditions for Grayson's release before he goes to trial for Massey's murder. The conditions may include home confinement or some sort of monitoring system. He is due back in court on Monday for a hearing. Must be nice. You can go kill somebody and be home in no time. Sit in the comforts of your own home while the family is mourning the death of their loved one. Circuit Court presiding Judge Ryan Cadigan had once ordered Grayson detained for his callousness during and after the shooting of Massey, citing his failure to help her after the shooting. Body camera footage of the shooting shows the former deputy firing on the diminutive woman, even as she raises her arms in the air and says, "I'm sorry," while ducking for cover. When Grayson's partner suggests getting a medical kit, he responds, "She's done. You can go get it, but that's a headshot." And that's all on camera. They got him saying how crazy she was, on camera after he killed her. Grayson's attorney, Daniel Folks, has argued that Grayson wasn't a flight risk and that he was dealing with complications from a diagnosis of stage 3 cancer, while Sonia Massey's family is still mourning her death because you killed her. Now you want people to feel sorry and mourn you over your colon cancer. Make it make sense. He's been held in the Macon County Jail in Decatur, Illinois. The release of the video footage of the killing sent shockwaves through the nation. Prominent civil rights attorney Ben Crump and racial justice advocate the Reverend Al Sharpton, who's under fire for taking $500,000 from the Biden campaign or from Kamala Harris's campaign. He took $500,000 for an interview, and he is in deep trouble for that as we speak. They called for justice for Massey. Coast-to-coast demonstrations took place, and the U.S. Department of Justice launched an investigation. Grayson was fired the same day he was charged with 3 counts of first-degree murder and 2 other counts, but the fallout didn't stop there. Public records reveal Grayson had a history of violence toward women, and despite that was never barred from working in law enforcement. Records show a former inmate complained that Grayson ordered her to expose herself to him and that his former wife divorced him over repeated acts of mental cruelty. Grayson's criminal record or history also shows he had 2 DUIs and a questionable discharge from the military. Former Sangamon County Sheriff Jack Campbell eventually stepped down over the intense scrutiny he faced for hiring Grayson despite his background. Illinois Governor J.P. Pritzker was among those calling for Campbell's resignation. The killing of Massey, who suffered from mental illness, prompted the Department of Justice to launch an investigation into the Sheriff's Office treatment of people with disabilities earlier in November. Federal officials cited serious concerns about the Sheriff's Department's interactions with Black people and people with behavioral health disabilities, along with a host of practices and procedures. So enough of that, but yes, he tried to get released. He wanted to walk around in these streets like he didn't unalive nobody, but his request was denied. Yeah, thank God for that, because I was getting worried. A former Sangamon County Sheriff's deputy accused of unaliving Sonia Massey, a 36-year-old Black woman, they had to throw that in there, didn't they, in her Springfield home in July of 2024 was denied pretrial release by the Illinois Supreme Court on Friday, right? The decision follows a ruling made late last month by the Illinois Appellate Court that said former Deputy Sean Grayson, who is white, they had to throw that in there too, should be released pending his trial for first-degree red rum. First-degree red rum. Civil rights attorney Ben Crump and co-counsel Antonio Romanucci issued the following statement after the ruling. It says, the Illinois Supreme Court decision to deny Sean Grayson's release is a relief for Sonia Massey's family. By upholding their responsibility to prioritize public safety, the court has sent a powerful message that the rights and safety of the community of the community must come first and accountability must be pursued. Sonia's family has shown incredible resilience in their pursuit of justice for her senseless unaliving. This decision affirms their efforts and underscores the importance of addressing police violence and holding those responsible fully accountable when we continue to fight alongside the Massey family to ensure that justice is served. That is, we will continue to fight alongside the Massey family to ensure that justice is served. Grayson, who is 30, is charged with first-degree red rum in the July 6th shooting of Massey, who had called 911 to report a suspected prowler. During a conversation in her living room, Grayson noticed a pot of water on the stove and told his partner to remove it. He told his partner to remove it first. I don't remember hearing that. But anyway, Massey, who had dealt with mental health issues, retrieved the pan and joked with Grayson over it. Then inexplicably told Grayson, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus." What joke? What joke? What joke? I don't recall any joke. Grayson yelled at her to drop the pot, and as she ducked, not as she was lunging towards him with the pot in her hand to throw at him, but as she ducked, he fired 3 shots, striking her just below the left eye. And this man wanted to go free. At detention hearings in July, prosecutors argued that Grayson violated his training and oath of office, failed to turn on his body camera, and disregarded normal public safety by suggesting that the other deputy on the scene not render aid to Massey because it was a headshot. And this man wanted to go free. Not only that, he had a list of complaints filed against him. And if I'm not mistaken, he was fired from one police department. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he wanted to walk around here free, like he didn't unalive anyone. And I hope that they continue to deny his request. I pray that they continue to deny his request. It's really sad. It's really sad. It's really sad. Oh, gosh. I got to take a pause for the calls.